Hello, boys. Good morning. Hope all of you are well. All of you are in our prayer. Always, we just pray for your betterment, for your secure life, and we are very much thankful to our Almighty that in this pandemic we are having a smooth life, we are having a healthy life. And if we just want to discuss about our today's class, before the vacation we had some discussion on especially knowledge based question and comprehension based question from different chapters, and I was continuing with chapter 14. And today I will discuss a creative type question from this chapter. This is a chapter that is important not only for exam but also for our self-concern. We have to know all these topics of this chapter. Physics to save life. I had discussed thoroughly for the topics of this chapter. That means the important content of this chapter. And today this is a creative type question. This is a board question also, and you are approaching to your test exam, you have to practice more and more creative type question so that you can have a good comment on all type of question. So let's start the class and let's have a look on the creative question. Let's have a look on the stain. Toma goes to doctor due to pain at abdomen. Doctor thinks that stone is formed at gallbladder. To confirm, doctor advises her to go to a diagnosis center. The diagnosis center told her that there is a X-ray machine driven by 3000 volt and a high qualified ultrasonography machine. So there is a correction. The voltage there will be not 3000, 30,000 volt and a high qualified ultrasonography machine. And this is a choice of the patient whether he likes to do an X-ray or just he wants to make an ultrasonography. So according to this time, what are the question? First question is what is radioactivity, and second question is, that means comprehension based question, what do you mean by the power of a power station is 1000 megawatt. Number C, how much energy will be gained by an electron when it comes out in the X-ray machine. And final question number D, which machine is more safe to diagnose Thomas' problem? Thomas is having a problem of abdomen, and according to her doctor, she can do an X-ray or she can perform an ultrasonogram. Which is safer here for her diagnosis? You have to explain this one. So what is radioactivity? Our first question is what is radioactivity? The emission of ionizing radiation caused by the spontaneous disintegration of atomic nuclei is called radioactivity. From a nucleus, if there is spontaneous radiation of some atoms or some particles, for example alpha, beta, gamma, so that kind of disintegration of atomic nuclei and change in the nucleus is called the radioactivity. Our second question was, what do you mean by the power of a power station is 1000 megawatt? The power of an electric power station is 1000 megawatt. By this term we mean that the power station can produce 1000 into 10 to the power 6 joule electric energy per second, because here the term megawatt means, mega means 10 to the power 6 and watt means how much work is done per second. That means 10 to the 1000 into 10 to the power 6 joule energy is used by that power station per second. So this is a comprehension based question. And our third question was, how much energy will be gained by an electron when it comes out in the X-ray machine, because whenever an electron is coming through X-ray machine, that means it will have energy, and that will be in the form of kinetic energy because it is in motion, and it will have strong kinetic energy, and we have to determine that energy of electron. So the terms given in the question, the voltage is given, that is 30,000 volt, and as we know, the charge of electron is 1.6 into 10 inverse 19 coulomb. Kinetic energy of the emitted electron will be here ev. E denotes the in charge of electron, and here capital V, this is denoting the voltage, not a potential difference. This is denoting a voltage that is given 30,000 volt. And you may have a question here that the familiar equation for kinetic energy is half mv square, but in the stain there is no information about the mass of electron and the velocity of the electron, where m in the equation of half mv square, m is the mass of electron and v is the velocity. Here is the given term is the voltage, and as we know the charge of electron, so we can use the equation ev here because the potential energy is converting into the kinetic energy, and we can write the equation for kinetic energy as ev, where e denotes the charge of electron and v denotes the voltage. And if we just use the given values here, and we will get the total kinetic energy will be 4.8 into 10 inverse 15 joule, and this is a form of kinetic energy. Our fourth question was, which machine is more safe to diagnose Thomas problem? Here are two types of diagnosis method can be applied, either the X-ray or the ultrasonogram, but which one is safer? We have to explain that one. The stone in gallbladder can be detected by X-ray and ultrasonography, but ultrasonography is safer than X-ray, because in ultrasonography sound waves of high frequency are reflected from an organ or muscle within the body, and for generating this high frequency ultrasonic waves are produced by electrically stimulating a crystal called a transducer. The crystal are just applied on the affected area or the area that will be examined, and then electrically stimulating that crystal, a sound and an ultrasonic sound is generated, and that sound wave just reflected by the specific organ of the body, and that reflected terms are just collected and just represented in as an image. This is the total procedure for the ultrasonogram. The image is analogous to that organ is formed in the monitor by the reflected waves, and a high frequency ultrasonic waves are produced by electrically stimulating the crystal that is called transducer. As the sound is involved here, only we are generating sound, and we are just receiving that reflected sound, and we are forming an image from that sound. Only sound is involved here, so the detection method is not so harmful for the patient. But if we just say about an X-ray, as we know, the characteristic of an X-ray is it is of very small wavelength, and because of having very small wavelength, it can penetrate the sophisticated portion of human body and can harm to soft tissues or blood cells, etc. That's why patient is covered with a gown or apron that is made of lead as much as possible, so that x-rays only can pass the x-rays only can pass the portion of the body that will be examined. Other portions are not affected by the x-rays. This precaution is followed while uh, doing an x-ray. So and generating an x-ray is a very long process or very sophisticated process. That means for generating an x-ray we have to maintain some criteria, you have to maintain some rules, so that is much complicated than an ultrasonogram. And for if we just say about the safety concern, then this is sure that an x-ray is harmful than the ultrasonogram. That means ultrasonogram is much safer than an x-ray. So especially for abdomen cases, if as we are telling about stone in gallbladder, so this is an abdominal case, and in terms of abdomen cases, the ultrasonography is best, and this is the safer diagnosis process than the x-ray. So such kind of question, in such kind of question you can make a compare regarding the mechanism and regarding to the side effects of the detection process. You can compare x-ray with MRI, you can compare MRI with ultrasonogram, and you can compare CT scan to tomography, CT scan, or other diagnosis process. And such kind of questions come to the board exam, and if you just have a thorough knowledge on this diagnosis process, you can answer any kind of question, either knowledge based or comprehension based or just a mathematical type question. The primary or the most important term is here, you have to have a very good knowledge on all topic of the chapters, as you have completed your total syllabus earlier. So now it's time to review the whole chapters for a very good preparation. So boys, in my next class I will try to discuss some question from any other chapter, and if you are having any problem in any topic, you can share with us, you can comment on comment section, and uh, just try to be very regular with your study, because you will have your test exam and you will have your board exam as well. Don't think any don't think like that you will just get the auto promotion, and don't try to just hammer your brain with these thinking that auto promotion will be considered for us. You just make your own preparation in your own way. So boys, that's all for now. We will just have some other discussion on our next classes. Stay safe. Goodbye.